Welcome to this channel, and as you continue to subscribe, may the good Lord bless you. Now, on to the news. Nigeria popular skit maker Macaroni has said the reasons why he has the right to reopen the Lekki toll gate protest. Now the news in details. Nigerian skit maker and activist Macaroni, better known as Mr. Macaroni, has shut down a troll who berated him for leading the Lekki toll gate reopening protest. Earlier on, the Lekki Concession Company (LCC) announced that tolling activities will resume at the gate by April. The government has urged the people of the state, especially residents of Lekki and Ikoyi, to show understanding ahead of the reopening of the Lekki-Ikoyi Link Bridge Toll Plaza by the limited LCC. The comedian, who wasn't impressed with their decision, was at the forefront leading a revolt against the reopening of the toll gate. He had tweeted, "We live at the LCC and stakeholders meeting. The Lekki Estate Residents and Stakeholder Association chairman has announced the decision of all residents, which is no to tolling." A troll has slammed him for getting involved in issues that didn't concern him. She questioned what he has with LCC and why he was against it since he doesn't live in the vicinity. Replying now, Mr. Macaroni made a note that he lives in Lekki. He has an office there and has 15 permanent staffs and 100 on and off crew members. Mr. Macaroni took to his Twitter to reply this troll, and he says, "I am a Lekki landlord. I have an office. I have about 15 permanent staff and over 100 cast and crew members on and off that comes to work for us every month at Lekki." He further stated, "I only shared the decision of the resident and chairman, so why are you crying, ma?" he asked the troll. You can recall that Mr. Macaroni and fflows the Bad Guy, the popular singer and rapper, were one of the forefront protesters at the Lekki toll gate protests to end SARS. It was such a big day for people, as people went out in batches to protest. But unfortunately, on October 2022, on the 20th, there was a massacre which led to the loss of life of some people. At around 6:50 p.m., there was shooting. A lot of shooting started. The Nigerian army opened fire on thousands of protesters that came to protest at the Lekki toll gate. We can recount that the protest was a peaceful protest, as people wanted them to end police brutality and extortion, as many of them couldn't help but see how people had died in the hands of policemen, how policemen extort people, collect billions of naira, and throw them into prison. A lot of people gathered out in batches to go and protest, to end SARS, to end this endemic that was killing the youths. And it was so sad that the government decided to take lives, a lot of lives, at the Lekki toll gate, killing thousands of people and leaving thousands of families without their loved ones. Mr. Macaroni and fflows the Bad Guys, they were one of the frontiers. They were one of the frontiers in leading the protest. And Mr. Macaroni has come out to say that he knows why he has a reason why he decided to protest against the reopening of the Lekki toll gate. According to him, a lot of people died during that protest. A lot of people lost their loved ones. A lot of things happened. People lost their lives. People were bleeding. Even with the protesters singing the national anthem, the Nigerian army didn't stop. There was a lot of news about how people were being killed, how people were being trampled on. We can remember that this popular DJ Switch, filmed everything live. We saw a lot of people getting shot, a lot of people being put inside van, taken to the hospitals. Even some doctors at Lutz confirmed that there were a lot of injured people who came in, that were brought in, and they had to tend to them. They had to treat them because of the wounds were much. The death was much. There was a lot of bloodshed. In fact, it was a massacre. It was so bad. And Mr. Macaroni has not given up. He has not stepped down. He has said that he does not want the reopening of the Lekki toll gate and is protesting against it. According to him, He has an office there, he has staffs he pays, and he has crew he pays. So nobody should tell him what he should do and what he should not do. He has answered the troll who decided to question him on why he doesn't want the reopening of the Lekki toll gate. But my people, how do you see this? How do you feel about Mr. Macaroni's opinion or his view? Because honestly, why would you want to reopen a place that saw a lot of people being killed, a place where a lot of people were killed? What is happening in Nigeria? Why our government doing like this? They don't not have respect for the souls that we lost. A lot of people died, a lot of things happened. It is so sad to hear that they want to reopen a place where a lot of people died, where the Nigerian army were shooting sporadically into the air and killed a lot of people. They were shooting at people. The peaceful protesters who just went there to protest without any harm. They showed no sign of violence, no sign of anything. They just went to protest. They were tired of the police brutality. This is so sad to hear that they want to reopen the same place that a lot of people died. But according to some people, if they don't open the place, where again will people pass? Because there might be a lot of traffic if that place is not opened. But it's so sad to hear when we remember what happened in October 2022. It is really sad. It really pains a lot of people because a lot of people saw their loved ones on the floor. A lot of people saw their loved ones lose their life in front of their very own eyes due to the carelessness and the wickedness of our government. It is sad to know that things like this happened during that 2020. And Mr. Macaroni is one that's not forgotten what happened. He has been an activist and the very leading person in this protest. According to him, he's not going to step down because a lot of lives were lost. A lot of heroes who went to protest died. People lost their families. People lost their loved ones. People lost their wives. People lost their husbands. A lot of people even died due to stray bullets. A promising young father who had a child who was still going to school. He was meant to finish his school very soon. He was meant to graduate the next year. That was 2021. But died 2020 due to the carelessness of our policemen. It is very sad to hear that they want to reopen that same place. They don't have respect for the dead. They don't have respect for the lives that were lost. It is so painful to hear. But a lot of people have said that if they don't open that place, how will cars be able to move freely? Because there will be a lot of traffic. Because people pass that place to go to work. A lot of people pass that place to go to their businesses. But Mr. Macaroni himself is saying that, yes, he does have businesses. He does have his company there. But regardless, he has to respect the dead. He has to respect the heroes who bravely lost their lives in that massacre. Mr. Macaroni couldn't hold back as he answered the troll. A troll from Twitter named Omotunde. She said, "What business do you have with LCC? Do you understand the importance of tolling at all? Besides, you don't even live in Lekki, so why are you spearheading a crusade?" This didn't sit well with Mr. Macaroni as he replied to the troll, telling the troll that he has a house in Lekki, that he's a Lekki landlord. He also has an office and he has 15 permanent staff who work for him. We don't even know what Nigerians want again. What do we want? Yes, a lot of people might see it from the side of business. A lot of people might see it from the side of them getting to work. But Mr. Macaroni sees it to pay respect to the dead, to those who lost their lives. Why are you reopening a place where thousands of people were lost just because you don't want to lose money? Because that Lekki token, if you are passing, there's no how you have to pay money. According to Mr. Macaroni, that reopening the place all in the name because they don't want to stop the tolling business. Tinubu needs to get his money. It is very sad to hear that Nigerians are supporting this government that have turned this country upside down. Just flood me on the comment section. Tell me how you feel about this Mr. Macaroni and this said troll. Who trolled Mr. Macaroni? How do you feel about the reopening of the toll gate? I want you to flood my comment section with a lot of comments. Tell me how you feel about the reopening of Lekki toll gate. Do you feel it should be open or do you feel it should be closed? What are your thoughts on this news? Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe.